We're starting off with a base of section of a squad for U.S. Paras, painted in the M42 style. As you can see, I chose to base mine with a 4 men, as per the Flames of War TONE sheets or army lists, and I decided to add a 30 cal team that's firing instead of one that's being carried. So I took one of the figures from the machine gun platoon, two of the figures from the machine gun platoon, and added to the base. So let's get started. Before we get started, just wanted to go through some of the materials and paints I'll be using for the base. We'll start from here. First of all, what I've done is I've already pumice the base, and I use a wall filler. Any wall filler will do. Just spread it out on the base, and in this case I've added a few rocks already, experimenting with different things. I always like to change up my bases a little bit, and it's been painted with a watered down solution of just some crafts store brown paint. I'm going to go over that with the muddy brown. I like using muddy brown or any kind of dark brown paint. So that'll be the first thing we do. Here I'll show you, I've got a little tub of different kind of Woodland Scenics ballasts. I've got white, gray, and a brown. I like to mix it more of the darker colors than the light. For basing, I usually don't use the lighter colors. I use the rocks for my terrain boards. Mix those probably equal parts, leaning more towards the brown side. We've got some foliage here, medium green clump foliage, which is added after everything's done for larger bushes. Here we've got the earth texture, which is Woodland Scenics fine brown ballast, and then their fine earth foliage, I guess you can call it. I'll show you here. I have some here in this little container. It's basically shredded foam earth color. Of course, carpenter's glue, which is always handy. And then finally, this is the almost finally, this is the earth mixture. This I've got from Shawn at the Terrain Guy. It's basically coarse or Woodland Scenics coarse light green, medium green. I've got some static grass mixed in there, a little bit of that Woodland Scenics turf, earth turf colored, and then some fine dark or medium green, and some tan fine foliage from Woodland Scenics. Again, it's that same material in just dark green, and then the tan to simulate burnt grass. I like this mixture. It works for me. Mess with what you got, see what you like. Again, it works for me. What Shawn uses over at the Terrain Guy works great for him. I think it looks phenomenal. Again, this is just what I use. This is what I had on hand. This is what I was able to find. And finally, some silver buffalo grass. I'll add a turf or two of that. Spring green. I think I'll be using the summer come the next batch. This stuff's pretty pricey, in my opinion. I think it cost me $18, somewhere around there, mail order. It's lasted me a while. I based one entire Fallschirmjäger army, 715 1,750 points, excuse me, of Fallschirm with it, and I was pleased. I think I just need to use it a little bit, learn how to use it a little bit better. So hopefully the U.S. pairs will come out. I'll be happier with the way they come out now that I've messed around with the basic technique. So let's get started. Well, we'll try this without a tripod. I wasn't able to get one in time, so this is the first real official video. So let's see what we can do here. As you can see, we've got the miniatures spaced out here. What I'm going to be doing is just doing a thinned out paint or paint job of the base real quick with this muddy brown. Don't add too much. And what some people have recommended is going down to the hardware store, whichever hardware store you have, and getting them to match this paint, which is actually a great idea. And that's something I'll probably be doing this week, as I'm getting sick of buying these little half-ounce bottles and spending a lot of money for them. So just basically painting the entire base, and be liberal with your paint, as it acts as a base. I paint the entire base the same color, and in this case I'm going to try not to paint over the rocks, because I like the color of these rocks. But if you do happen to get some on there, well, it's mud. So paint the bases of the miniatures. Don't worry if you get a little bit on their boots, as some of the flock is probably going to be covering their boots anyways, and it adds a little bit to the effect. So nothing out of the ordinary here. I think everybody uses the same technique. Carlos over at Sentinel Miniatures does phenomenal basing as well. Learned a lot of techniques from the stuff that he's showed me. And if you ever need any armies painted and you don't have time, I highly recommend you go to him. Good people, and I really like his painting style. So anyways, I'm going to speed this up again. Just painting around the base. Nothing abnormal, a little time consuming for me, but I'm meticulous when it comes to stuff like this. As someone once said on an internet podcast, I'm a painter, not a gamer, although I do enjoy my games. I just like to have a good looking army on the board. Hopefully my opponents think that my armies look as good as I think they look. But I've yet to win a painting contest, but then again, I think I've only played in 2 tournaments my entire Flame of Wars career. And I've been painting miniatures since I was, painting models miniatures since I was in my, probably early teens, seriously. So, we'll finish this up and come back to it.